Florida Dems blindsided by Attorney General, she demands criminal investigation. In an effort that promises to go on at least until December to recount votes in Florida's races for U.S. Senate, Governor, and the State Agriculture Commissioner, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi has now called for criminal investigations into irregularities in the vote counting and the handling of ballots in 2 South Florida counties by Broward County's Brenda Snipes, who, as is being reported now, also was lucky enough to find ballots in 2012. Here is more via Breitbart. Broward County, Florida election official Brenda Snipes, who is continuing to find new ballots in the recent statewide midterm elections for governor and the U.S. Senate, was previously accused of finding ballots after an election in 2012. Government Accountability Institute Guy Research Director Eric Eggers exclusively told SiriusXM Patriot's Breitbart News Tonight's senior editor-at-large Rebecca Manser that Snipes allegedly found ballots following an election in 2012. Eggers said, "She's also been accused of illegally opening ballots. The Florida GOP sued her for this, and when they brought her to court, they said, 'Hey, your office is opening ballots outside the presence of the canvassing board. What's your explanation?'" And again, the woman in charge of elections in Florida's second most populous county argued she thought it was okay because her office didn't understand the meaning of the word canvassing. Emphasis added. This is also not the first time that her office has just found ballots. There was actually a canvassing official back in 2012 that complained that heading into a weekend, they were told there were about 150 votes left to be counted, and then Monday morning, well, actually there are about 950 votes still to go. Emphasis added. Eggers said there is clearly an organized effort to manipulate and alter outcomes, noting that in Miami-Dade County, about 108 provisional ballots were eliminated in the midterm election because they were from individuals who had voted twice. In a recent piece for Breitbart News, Eggers reviewed Snipes' history of allowing illegal aliens and felons to vote in elections in Broward County, along with her destroying of ballots. Heavy check mark real Donald Trump. The Florida election should be called in favor of Rick Scott and Ron DeSantis in that large numbers of new ballots showed up out of nowhere, and many ballots are missing or forged. An honest vote count is no longer possible. Ballots massively infected. Must go with election night. And here is even more on Snipes via Breitbart. On Monday's broadcast of the Fox Business Network's Evening Edit, Florida Lieutenant Governor Carlos Lopez Quintero stated that nothing will be ruled out as a potential consequence for Broward County Supervisor of Elections Brenda Snipes for her handling of the 2018 elections. Lopez Quintero said, "I'll tell you, going forward, nothing is going to be ruled out, as far as consequences for these horrible elections that she's done here in Broward this year." Leading into the election, there were no indications, for the 2018 general election, that there were going to be any problems. But, she has shown herself to be clearly incompetent, and like I said, nothing will be taken off the table going forward. As of Tuesday, Bondi had sent 2 separate letters to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement Commissioner Rick Swearingen and Secretary of State Ken Detzner, where she expressed concern about FDLE's comments Friday that it is working with Detzner's office and will investigate reports of cases of voter fraud, but had not received any reports as of Friday. In a statement, FDLE said an investigation had not been opened at this time. "I am deeply troubled by your announcement that you will not pursue any investigation or inquiry into clearly documented irregularities of election officials in Broward and Palm Beach counties," Bondi wrote Swearingen.